All right, welcome everybody. Let's get started. Sit with your legs crossed at the middle of the shins today. Sit up straight and tall. So today is just going to be a nice, well-rounded yoga class. Be like a level 2 practice. If you're considering levels in the sense of being able to work towards holding balancing postures and perhaps introducing inversions. So sit with your legs crossed at the middle of the shins and feel your body stack up. So stack your shoulders up over your hips. Bring your ears back to stack over your shoulders. Sit with good posture. As you sit here, watch your breath. Start to take conscious breaths in and out through your nose. See if you can start to lengthen your breath without creating strain in your shoulders, your neck, or your face. Now open your eyes if they were closed, interlace your fingers and reach them out in front of you. Turn the palms to face up and raise your arms up overhead. Try not to let your bottom ribs lift way up. So hug your bottom ribs back in and down as you take your arms up overhead. Press up through the thumb index finger side of your hands. Now turn your palms to face each other. Keep reaching and twist to your right. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee and right fingertips behind you. That's if your right leg was crossed in front. As you inhale, sit tall, and as you exhale, turn. Come back to center and stretch your arms forward. Keep your buttock bones rooted as you reach past your fingers, past the end of the mat. Walk your hands back towards you. Cross the other shin in front. I have the right one. Interlace your fingers. Take the other index finger on top. Turn your palms to face forward. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Press down into your buttock bones, root them into the floor. Lift through your side chest. Lift with your arms. Grow tall through your side body. Turn your palms to face each other. Keep reaching. And twist to your left. As you inhale, sit tall, lengthen through your spine. And as you exhale, turn from above your navel. Come back to center and fold forward. Reach out over your crossed legs. Let the thighs drop down as you reach forward. Feel your navel draw in. All right, now walk your hands back towards you. Cross your legs, plant your hands, and come back onto hands and knees. Hands go underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Send one leg back into plank and the other leg. Reach back into down dog. So in down dog, make sure that your fingers are spread, press your hands even. Let's take a bent knee variation of dog. So bend your knees and try to create as much length as you can from your wrist to your outer hips. So one straight line. Where your upper back is rounding, move it in. Don't let your ribs drop though. Keep those ribs hugged in a bit, just like when you're stretching your arms overhead. Same idea. Then see if you can straighten your legs without losing that. Try not to let your back round out. Hard to do at the beginning. Walk your feet forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward, let your head drop. Okay, grab a hold of your elbows. Feet should be hip distance apart. Little bend in the knees will help here. So I keep a little bend in my knees, and I see if I can let my pelvis tip over my thighs, which is starting to take me into the forward fold. If you're real flexible, instead, think about hugging your buttock bones to the backs of your knees. Change the clasp of your elbows. Try to bring the weight evenly between the heels and the toe mounds. Look at your feet. Bring the feet together. Put your hands on your hips and come up to stand. Stand up straight and tall. Anchor your heel bones. Take your thighs back. Move the buttocks to the backs of the heels and feel your low abs and your sternum lift. Maintain that as you take your arms up overhead. Keep the thighs back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen out your spine. Ardha Uttanasana. Plant your hands, keep your gaze forward as you step back to plank position. Legs strong, abs engaged. Lower slow to chaturanga. And let's come into baby cobra. Flip the toes back. Lift up on your inner thighs and your belly as you lift your chest. Try to keep your elbows in. Stretch back strong through your big toes. Feel the outer thighs roll down towards the floor. Feel the low abdominals draw up off the mat. And now lift your heart. Let's straighten the arms and come into up dog now. Straighten your arms, keep lifting your chest. Back to down dog. Hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart. Look at your wrist. Make sure that your hands aren't turned in. Wrist creases parallel to the front of your mat. Walk your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Press to stand. Inhale, come all the way up. Raise your arms up and overhead. Exhale, drop your arms to your side. Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's keep moving. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, make a flat back. Keep your gaze forward as you step back or hop to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Stretch through your toes and roll your chest open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out through your nose. Steady your breath. Bend your knees, look in between your hands, step or hop lightly to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Press into your heels. Inhale, come all the way up, reach your arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step or hop lightly, jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a few breaths here. Steady out your breath. Inhales and exhales through your nose. So even as you feel this heat building in your body, keep yourself calm by watching your breath. All right, now let's shift forward into plank, prepare for the bees. Bring your right knee up to your chest, lift, squeeze. Step your right foot close to your right thumb, so you're in a lunge. Lower your left knee to the floor, point the toes back. Bring your hands to your right knee and peel your chest up off your thigh. Press the left shin down. Take your left inner thigh back, lift your belly and lift your arms up now. Keep lifting your sternum as you raise the arms up. Try not to sink into your lower back, you want to lift up. Good, bring your fingers back to the mat, curl your back toes under, lift the knee, prepare your back leg for warrior one. So position the feet heel to heel, angle the back foot in, and take your arms up. Back foot turn in a little more than halfway, right hip in. Bring your hands back to the mat, step back to plank position, lower slow to chaturanga, bottom of a push-up, press straight back up. Now squeeze your left knee up to your chest. Pull it up, round your back, spread your blades, press the floor down. Step your left foot in between your hands and wiggle it close to the thumb. Lower your back knee down and point the toes back. Bring your hands to your left knee and upright your chest. Press the knee away from you as you lift your belly and your chest. Keep your low abs lifted as you take your arms up. Be careful not to let the bottom ribs push forward. So keep your waist deep as the arms go up. Now bring your fingers back down, set up your back leg for warrior one. Position the feet heel to heel. Angle the back foot a little more than halfway and squeeze your left hip in so it's in line with your ankle. And then as you press into the back heel, inhale, raise your arms up for warrior one. Same things in the lunge. The low abs lift, waist stays deep as the arms go up. Bring your hands back, step to plank, lower to chaturanga, lift straight back up, downward facing dog. Look in between your hands, step or hop forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into chair pose. Bend your knees, sit your hips way back, and take your arms up. As you feel the heels root, release your thighs, lift your arms. Okay, press to stand, Tadasana. Let's put that in a flow. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, create a flat back. Step or jump back lightly to chaturanga. Elbows in, elbows over your wrists. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot, turn your back heel, warrior one. Keep your right hip hugged in. Reach your arms up, bring your hands back to the mat. Step back to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot forward, close to your thumb. Turn your back heel down. Inhale for warrior one. Reach your arms up. Bring your hands back to the mat. Step back to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Hold here in dog pose and steady your breath again. So again, feel all that heat building. Balance it out with a steady breath. Keep your mind calm. Step or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into chair pose. Press to stand. Sun salutation B. Let's do it again. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, building heat, warming up the body. Inhale, flat back. Step or hop lightly to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the right leg, warrior one. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot, warrior one. Turn your back heel. Inhale, reach your arms up. Bring your hands back. Step back to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Stretch your toes. Thighs are lifted. Exhale, down dog. Come back to your steady breath. Find a rhythm. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Look in between your hands. This time, step your right foot right in the middle of your hands. Let's do some external poses. Spin your back heel down. Put your right hand on the inside of your foot and bring your left hand to your hip. So make your right leg track, ankle, knee, hip in one line. Squeeze your right hip in. Roll your chest open. Put your left hand even on your tailbone and start to move your tailbone in and down towards your heel as you open your chest. That'll help you to get more aligned with your back leg. Then take your left arm up to the ceiling or to the sky. Spread your collarbones through the reach of your arms. Keep your back heel anchored. That's your anchor. So push into your back heel as you squeeze your right hip in. Feel your side chest lift. Maintain the legs. Come up into warrior two. So same legs, just upright your chest. Arms are spread. Fingertips right at shoulder height. Keep the back inner leg lifted. And as you exhale, bend your right leg towards 90 degrees. Feel a lift through the front of the pelvis, a lift through the side chest. All right, now straighten your right leg. Put your hands on your hips and tip your pelvis over your right leg. Put your right hand down on your ankle or fingertips on the floor. Same idea, hand on the tailbone. Tailbone moves in, chest lifts. Take the left arm up now. Feel your right hip squeeze into the midline so that it's aligned with your right ankle. Steady your breath as you hold here, triangle pose. Now bring your left hand to the mat, spin your back heel up, bend your leg, and then step back. Lower to chaturanga. Lift straight back up to plank. Press back to downward facing dog. From down dog, step your left foot right in the middle of your hands, spin your back heel down, put your left hand on the inside of your foot, and bring your right hand to your hip, thumb on your tailbone. As the left knee tracks straight ahead, squeeze the left hip in, move your tailbone in and down towards your back heel. Feel the back heel bone anchored. Roll the chest open, now take your right arm up. So my stance is actually a little short in this video. You could take a little bit longer stance so that your leg starts to bend towards a 90-degree angle. Keep the back leg anchored as you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, bend the left knee a little bit deeper. Now come up into warrior two. Keep the left leg bent deep. So press down into your back heel. Lift up the inner back leg. Lift through the front of the pelvis. Lift your side chest, neck long. And then as you exhale, bend your left leg deeper. Let the left thigh bone descend. Try not to lose the lift of the front of the pelvis when you do that. Now straighten your left leg for triangle pose, hands on your hips. Tip your hips over your left leg, so as you look at your left big toe, let your pelvis tip over your left thigh. Put your hand down on your shin. Use the thumb to move the tailbone in with the right hand and open your chest as you move that tailbone in. Then take your right arm up. Triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. Come back to your breath. So as important as all the alignment is, even more important is that steady breath. Put your hand down, bend your left leg, step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga, legs strong, lift straight back up. Plank position. Bring your feet close together and roll to the outer edge of your right foot. Take your left arm up, side plank, Vashisthasana. Press through your heels. Take your inner thighs back like in Tadasana. Move the buttocks towards the heels. Firm the middle buttock in and down. And as you draw your abdominals in, hugging around your low spine, lift your side chest, spread your arms. Come back to plank position. And other side, roll into the outer edge of your left foot. Take your right arm up. When you go into this position, your right hip is going to want to fall back behind you. Turn your right hip, stack it right up on top of your left. Try to keep your chest open as you do. Press through the heels, and as if someone was pulling from the top of your head like a puppet being held on a string, pull through the top of your head so your spine is long. Come back to plank position. Hold here in plank. Keep lengthening, heels reaching. Press back to dog pose. Look in between your hands, bend your knees, step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Now, with your fingertips down, step your left leg back into a lunge and lean your chest out over your knee. Float your arms back behind you. Try to make a line of energy from your back heel to your crown. Now let's step up into Warrior 3, keeping your right hip squeezed in. Lift your back leg up from the inner thigh. Try to make your whole body parallel to the floor. Back leg in neutral, hips level. Pull your side chest forward like we've been practicing. Now try not to twist your hips. Turn from above your navel and lower your left fingertips down to the floor, or if you're using a block, put your hand on a block. Turn your chest and take your right arm up. Keep lengthening though. Push through your back heel as if you're pushing into a wall. With your back leg straight, lift up your low abs, pull your side chest forward. From here, bend your right leg and step back into a lunge. Stay in your twist. Plant the left hand, reach the right arm up. Now bring your right hand back to the mat. Step your back leg forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold all the air out. Inhale, flat back. Let's do the other side. Step your right leg back into a lunge, just like a runner's lunge. Float your arms back behind you. Bring your shoulder blades on your back. Back leg is strong. Keep your left hip firmed in. Start to lean your chest forward and step up to balance on your left leg. Try to stack your left hip over your ankle. That's where it belongs. Center left hip over the ankle. Level the hips to the floor. Internally rotate your back thigh so it goes into neutral. And as you lift your low abs, pull your side chest forward. Lower the right fingertips. Turn from above your navel to lower your hand. Turn your chest more to take your left arm up, but try not to let the hips twist. The hips stay stable. Keep pushing through your back heel. Inhales to lengthen you out. Exhales help you to turn more. Now, as smooth as you can, bend your left leg, slide your right hand closer towards your foot, and come into a lunge. Arms spread, chest open, breath deep. Bring your left hand back to the mat. Step your back leg forward again. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold all the air out. Good job. Inhale into chair pose. Bend your knees and sit back. Exhale the hands to prayer. Sit deeper. Lean your chest out over your knee. And then twist to your right. Bring your left elbow to the outside of your knee. So when you twist, draw your left hip back and in until your knees line up again. And as you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, twist deeper. Come back to chair. and twist to the other side. Hands to prayer, twist to your left. Draw your right hip back and in, knees line up, big toes line up. Inhales to lengthen, exhales to twist as you sit back a little deeper. Inhale back to chair pose. Sit down onto your buttock for navasana, boat pose. So knees bent at first, pull length through your spine. Maybe you can straighten your legs without letting your chest collapse. Keep your chest lifted. Instead of gripping your legs a ton, they have to work because you're in hip flexion, but try not to work the hip flexor so much. Grip in your low abs, pelvic floor. Now lower into low boat, Ardha Navasana. So round your back to the floor. Keep your chest lifted though and straighten your legs out. Now you have to work your abs like crazy. Feel that squeeze on your low spine. Keep your legs straight. Now hug your knees into your chest. Set your feet on the floor. Press your heels down and lift your hips up for bridge. Either grab a hold of the sides of the sticky mat, 4 fingers under, thumbs on top, or interlace the hands. Press down into your inner heels and lift your outer hips up high. Feel the backs of the legs engage. Press your outer arms down into the mat and feel your upper back engage. So feel the shoulder blades press in as you do that without tensing your neck. Keep the neck long. Lift your sternum. Lower yourself back down. Take a couple of breaths. Go back up into bridge pose. Press down the heels, lift the outer hips. If you'd like to add and go into wheel pose, or really the name is upward facing bow, or Urdhva Dhanurasana, you could go into that pose, otherwise just hold in bridge. Take a few more breaths here in your back bend. Lower yourself back down. Good, breathe. Cross your right knee over your left knee. Shift your hips over to the right a bit. Spread your arms out and let your legs fall over to the left. Twist. So we're going to release this back bend with a twist. So real mellow, nothing extreme. So we're starting to prepare the body for shavasana now. We've done all this heating work to heat the body, to exercise the body. Bring your legs back to center, change the cross. Hips to the left, legs to the right. So we're beginning to trigger the relaxation response just by stretching and twisting and breathing steady. Preparing the body and the mind for final meditation. So just as important as all the work you do is this relaxation part. Bring your knees and hips back to center, hug your knees in. A lot of the benefits we hear from yoga is from this whole relaxation response. It's a time where we get to mellow out. Come up to seated, and let's take the legs wide apart, Upavista Konasana. As you sit up tall with your legs wide apart, turn your legs so that your kneecaps point up to the ceiling, all 4 corners of the knees. So that's going to rotate your thighs so they're neutral. Sit up tall, lift your side chest, and then bring your fingertips in front of you. If you're going to fold forward, it's from the movement of the pelvis. So see if you can start to tip your buttock bones back, tip your top of your pelvis forward, and that's what's going to take you forward. The more the hips tilt you over, the more you can go forward. The thigh bones don't move. Drop the thighs down. You can stay here stretching forward, or you could grab a hold of your big toes. If you grab your big toes, inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, fold even deeper. Inhale, come back up, sit tall. Let's come into Janu Shirshasana. Bend your right knee, grab on the outer of the heel, and bring it in towards your pubic bone. Sit up tall, facing your left leg. And that might be your forward fold, just sitting up tall. If you'd like to go further, you could reach your hands out for your left foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, move deeper into your forward fold. Remember, yoga is not about getting somewhere. So just be comfortable wherever you're at. If sitting up straight with your legs in this position is a big challenge, then that's where you're at. Just work on that. So we stay dedicated to the practice, and we don't really get attached to where we get in the practice. So let go of that attachment. Come back up to seated. Release your leg. Change legs. Bend the left leg. Bring the foot in close towards your pubic bone, heel in close. Turn to face your right foot. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to move deeper into the pose. And how deep you're going to go in a forward bend is all dependent on your body. The relationship between the thigh bone, how it fits into the socket. Some bodies just weren't meant to go deep into these postures. Wherever you're at, breathe. Be okay there. As long as you're feeling the stretch, you're doing it right. Keep your navel in to protect your lower back. Try to keep your shoulders out of your ears. Breathe. Come back up. Spread your leg out again, Upavista. Sit up tall for a moment. Now bend your knees. Grab onto the insides of your knees, pull them out. And let's come back to the meditative seat that we started in. So with your legs crossed, this time with the left shin in front, sit up tall and just notice the effects of your practice. So a practice that's done well should leave you feeling light and energized. Let your breath start to steady. Feel calm here. Inhales and exhales through your nose. Good. After you've been here for a couple minutes, make sure to take a few minutes in shavasana. So go ahead now and lie down on your back, lie flat, and let go. Shavasana. Thanks, everybody.